Okay, you just heard me playing a minor pentatonic scale over an A minor chord, and I'm going to show you how we can use the sweet notes, or the notes that are the best to resolve to, over our A minor chord, but I'm also going to show you how it works over our whole minor blues progression. You probably saw me there bending into notes, you saw me sliding into notes, and you saw me doing all sorts of different techniques. We're going to cover all of those things, but first of all, I want you to grab your guitar. We're going to start real basic with this. I'm going to analyze the chord, I'm going to show you a lick, and I'm going to show you why those notes work. And I want this to be interactive, I want you to play along, and we're going to leave a space for you. I'm going to play the lick, I'm going to leave a space for you to play your lick. I'll repeat that again to reinforce it, then you can play it again, and then we'll move on to the next part. First thing I'd like to do though, I really want to show you what the notes are in the Am7 chord, and how the notes in the pentatonic scale work over the A minor chord. The notes in the Am7 chord are A, E, G, C, E, and A. So we have the root, the fifth, the flat 7, the minor third, the fifth, and the root. Each of those notes are chord tones, and that's what I refer to as a sweet note. So let's see what's in our A minor pentatonic scale over the chord and see if those notes correspond. A is our first note, C is the minor third, which is in the chord, D is not in the chord and is the fourth, E is the fifth over the chord and is in the chord, the flat 7 is the G and that's in the chord, and A is the root note. When we go past that, we're playing octaves of those notes. Okay, so the only note that isn't a sweet note in our minor pentatonic scale is the D note here. Okay, now I'm going to play some licks for you. This first lick I'm going to be resolving to the root note, which is A, and I'm going to play the lick, and then I'd like you to interact and play along with me. Okay, so grab your guitar, let's get moving on this. Okay guys, over to you, resolving to A. And resolving to the A. Okay, we were resolving to the A, the root note of the Am7 chord, and it's also the first note in our A minor pentatonic scale. You could hear how solid that resolution is. That's what we're looking for. A sweet note is a solid resolution. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to playing the minor third, which is C, over our chord. And C can be found on the 5th fret 3rd string. It can be found here on the 8th fret of the 6th string, and on your high E as well, okay? But I'm going to be resolving here over the track. And what I'd like you to do, again, play along. I'll play the lick, you play the lick, I'll play the lick, and then it's over to you, and then we'll resolve finally on the C again. Okay, here we go. Okay, over to you on the C. Okay, I'm resolving to the C. Okay, one of the things I wanted to point out to you, a lot of people, when I've watched them play the A minor pentatonic scale, the physicalities of the hand often dictate that you want to resolve to the 3rd finger. Now the third finger doesn't always give you the best resolution points, which is why people sometimes think that the scales don't work, that you've been told that do work over these chords. Anyway, so you may have to break some habits, and going to that C may be one of the habits that is going to be one of the things you've got to work on to get out of resolving to here to the D, which is the wrong note. We're going to move on to the next lick now, and we're going to resolve to the fifth of our Am7 chord, and the fifth being E, and that is found here in our scale, and it's also found here on the 7th fret of the 5th string. So I'm going to play the lick again, same pattern as we did before, you play, and really target these notes, this E note here. Okay, here we go. Okay, over to you. Okay, I'm resolving to the E. You can hear how great that resolution is. So far what we've done is we've played A, which is the root note, C, which is the minor third, and we've played E, which is the 5th of the chord. The next note I'd like to play is the G note, and that is going to be the flat 7 against our chord. This note may be more unusual to you, sounding wise, and also physically. As we've said before, the hand tends to want to go to resolve, or at least rest where the third finger is. And I'm going to try and break you of those habits if you have them. And we're going to be resolving here to G at the 5th fret on the 4th string. You can also resolve here to G on the 2nd string, and that's found at the 8th fret. I'm going to play a lick. Again, you play along, and you'll hear how great this sound is. Okay, and again for me. And resolving to G. Okay, so you've heard 4 different resolution points now. A, the root note, C, which is the minor third, E, which is the 5th, and G, which is the flat 7. All great resolution points out of the A minor pentatonic scale. These notes also make up the arpeggio for an Am7 chord. So if you want to play a scale or play notes over the Am7 chord and avoid playing the D note, which is not a great resolution point, you can actually do that too. And let me just play that for you. This is an Am7 arpeggio, okay? And it starts with A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, A. Okay, all of those notes are sweet notes against the Am7 chord. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to our second chord of the progression, which is Dm7.